I wanted to do a video about this. It's just stop drinking alcohol or the places you'll go. And the quote comes from Dr. Seuss, from his book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You are on your own and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. More than anything in the last 9 years since I stopped drinking alcohol, that is something which has happened to me, that I've discovered that if in my life, if there is anything that is going to push me towards my potential to be in the best possible version of myself on that journey, which is what makes the biggest difference, right? If there's anything that's going to push me towards that more than anything else, it's taking responsibility for every step forwards that I take. You know, in order to get out today and do these videos, I've got to take responsibility for thinking about what I'm going to talk about, for driving down here to the place where it's pretty nice to make videos and it's peaceful and quiet, to make these videos, to get them edited and to put them up online. It's just one of those things. Anything that you do in life, you do because you take responsibility for it. You move forwards and you decide, you evaluate your choices, and hopefully you make the right choices every time. It's not going to happen every time, but it's just one of those ways that we tend to live through life. You know, we live because of our mistakes. You know, we make the right choices sometimes because of the wrong choices that we've made in the past. You know, since I've stopped drinking alcohol in 9 years, I have probably read about 1,000 books, over 1,000 books, easy, on all different topics, mostly around self-help and psychology and stopping drinking alcohol and stopping smoking and anything I could find that was about habit change. And I found material and I found inspiration in so many different places, in the most unusual books that I've read. I've read books from this century and from 3,000 years ago maybe. I found, you know, some of the older books to be some of the best books, because today people are specializing and everything has been broken down into minutiae. But it's the same old lessons which still work as well. It's the same old human it's the same old human sayings, the same old human mistakes, it's the same old human learnings that go back so many years, that really help us today. I've also written 5 books, you know, and I'm still learning. You know, it's I never thought I'd write one book. I always wanted to write books from an early age. I saw myself as being a writer, and I never did it because partially because of alcohol, but partially because of other things happening in my life, and you procrastinate. And I think it's not just the alcohol way of living, but it's everything that surrounds that. It's that type of mentality which is looking for instant gratification. And when you're in that mindset, you don't achieve much, because everything that you achieve has to be now. And those things like reading 1,000 books, or certainly writing a book. Writing one book takes long-term thinking and long-term commitment and long-term responsibility. It takes sitting down and doing it over and over and over again, and putting up with the discomfort that you're going to go through. You know, that's just the way it is. But I didn't have that when I was drinking or with that mindset. I've also I'm halfway through a degree. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay there doing the degree, but then again it comes back down to the same quote. It's my choice. It's my choice whether I do it or whether I don't do it. That's just a fact. And just because you start out doing something, you might realize that it's not the best idea once you get into it a bit further, and you might think to yourself, well, I don't want to do this. And I'm on the fence now about the degree. I've also done 3 different programs with starting from Alcohol Mastery way back in the day, onwards and upwards we called it the first group. It's basically the same group, but we've just had different iterations, and now it's a lot bigger and a lot more substantial than it ever was before. Something that I think I'm the most proudest of is the work that we're doing there, you know, in helping people not just to stop drinking alcohol, but to move forwards in their lives and to try and get to that best possible versions of themselves. So all these free videos on YouTube, by the way, are made possible because of Habits V2, where we've got a lot of very specific step-by-step content which is aimed at getting you, as I say, not just to stop drinking alcohol, but to get you into the next level and the next level. You know, we go through preparation, transition, transformation, and transformation is my favorite because you've forgotten about alcohol, then you can start moving on with your life. We've also got our wonderful community of people from all over the world, and I'm there every day to give as much help as I can to everyone, answer all your questions, big and small. So it's something that I really enjoy doing. I love doing these videos as well, but as I say, these are made possible because I can earn a living doing the other, doing Habits V2. So I think the biggest change has been made in my life because I've started to use my brain instead of abusing it, and that says a lot. You know, that, I suppose, in a nutshell, is what we're all about. But the most fitting thing about this whole journey is that when you take control of yourself, when you refuse to put any more alcohol into your mouth, you start to take control of your own decisions, every single one of them. And you know that you're going to get, some of your choices are going to be the wrong choices, some of your decisions are going to be the wrong decisions. But once you have the right mindset, once you start to look at your own life in terms of where you're going, the journey that you're taking, you realize that the failures that you make are the stepping stones that will lead you to go on to the greatest successes in your life. This last 10 years for me, almost 10 years, has been the best 10 years of my life. You know, the only thing that supersedes it in my life was the birth of my son, and he was indirectly responsible for these last 10 years, because if it wasn't for him, I probably would still be drinking alcohol. I mean, he gave me the motivation to really move on. So, you know, you've got so much potential. We all have so much potential in our lives, and it's potential that is being absolutely squandered because of the instant gratification mindset. Not just the alcohol, but that way of thinking. You know, that's what we focus on in Habits V2, is eliminating that instant gratification mindset. And I'm not talking about getting rid of being able to give yourself a buzz in the moment. That's not what this is all about. It's choosing your buzzes so that you're they're feeding your long-term success rather than just your short-term emotional pleasure. You know, you satisfy short-term emotions, and it does nothing for you in the long run. So the most important thing about potential, though, is that you get to choose how and when it plays out, how much of that potential you want to go towards, and what that potential actually is. You know, don't be going by other people's potential. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, then do so. It really helps us out here. Click on the bell notification if you want to get notified of all the videos that we're putting up every day. And yeah, I'll speak to you on the next video, and take care of yourself. Onwards and upwards. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth. I'm Kevin O'Hara for Habits V2. Onwards and upwards. Bye now.